Alright, so here's where we left off. We're going to jump back into it. As you can see, yep, we've got the exterior of the garage is looking pretty. It's getting there, you know. We got some textures on it. Got a good form modeled out. It's still gonna we still got little ways to go, but it's coming along all right for right now. So, in this video, I want to dive in. Yeah, it's gonna get those specular maps and those normal maps working. So, for this piece, we're gonna start with the rooftop here. Actually, no, we're just gonna work with the facade right now. The rooftop, I mean, you're not gonna see it. You're gonna walk around on the ground. You're not gonna see any details on the top. So, I'm not really gonna spend some time on that. You know, we want to spend most of our time right here, where everyone's gonna see it. This is our hero piece. This is what everyone's gonna be seeing right away. So, let's just make sure we've got some. Let's get those edges ready. So, you know, like around here, I wanna get that sucked in. Again, using the multi-cut tool, we're going to come in and just, yeah, get those edges working. Again, make sure they got some loops to hold when we take it our sculpting package, Mudbox. That's what I use. Um, we don't want, when we go to subdivide it, we don't want it freaking out on us, you know, so I'll add another one in here, and I'll add another one. Stop it. Ah, there we go. And get that working there. And let's get one on the outside of that. Hold on, what we got going on here? We done goofed. Hold on, yeah, let me get rid of that. So, here's what we're gonna do. I think, you know what, yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it. I was thinking we could just cut manually all on the exterior of this, but I'm gonna just leave it as it is for right now and just see how she holds up. And this is good at the bottom here too, cause. And then do I have to. I'll have to get this working up here as well. Very good. And yeah, just sneak it in kind of as close as you can. The tighter the better. What the frick? Did we miss that? Oh, oh no. Alright, I'll have to come back and we'll go back in Photoshop. We'll clean that up. Make a note of that. But we're going to press on here. Very good. Move on down. Let's see, this is all. Cool. Alright, so it looks like we're ready to go. And let's just go back up here and check this stuff out. Just give it a good old look over. Let's check our UV editor real quick. Looks clean. I like it. Very good. Alright, so let's send this over into Mudbox. Anyway, or file. And send to Mudbox. Send us a new scene. Great. Let me pause that video for you guys so you don't have to wait on me. Alright, so boom, we got it brought over in the Mudbox. Didn't come with the texture with it, and I really do want the texture as a reference to work with when I'm sculpting it. So I'm gonna go down, hit right click, and I can select the model. I've also got objects, so I can just left click and select it. I'm gonna right click, hold. I'm gonna go to edit material, and I got my diffuse channel there, and you'll look at this stuff that shows up. Go to your images, go to load, and okay, yeah, weird. Let me jump over into our project directory and just grab that texture. Um, okay. Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe Mudbox doesn't like to read targets. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. All right. So what we'll do is I'll just save this out as a PNG. I'm gonna jump back into a Photoshop file. Yep, hold on. And actually, let's just find that seam that we had going on earlier too. Just knock that out. I think it was this. Probably both of these. That's, yep. Alright, so let's see here. There's one of these. Concrete. Zoom in on it. Yeah, we were just a couple of pixels off, so let's just bring it down right here. Oh, we have to move the whole image down. Okay. Let's zoom up. Good. Alright. Just gonna move that down. Stretch it a tad. Just so we don't have any white space on our model. Cool. Alright. And turn off the UVs. Let's save this out. Save as source images. Let's do PNG. Let's just do that, and then see. Cool. I'll come over here, edit material, load it up. Actually, screw this. I'm just gonna, let's just delete that. I'll go jump back into Maya and change this over to a PNG. It'll work just the same. Alright, good. And then, boom, let's send to my box, send as a new scene. Not gonna save this scene. Okay. Maybe we're just not gonna rock with any textures at all. That's kind of disappointing. Select model, edit material, load. Jeez. Alright, done. should be good there, right? Maybe? Not doing it today. Alright, that's fine. We'll just roll without it. No, but not a big deal. I'm gonna bump up my my levels here. That's a Shift D. And we'll take it right up to 1/2 mil. Or 3/4 mil, whatever you wanna do. I must have forgot something down there. That's okay. I'm just gonna do 1/2 and we'll duplicate it over. Mirror it. Select objects. Just click off it so it's not highlighted. Oh, did it crash? Did it crash? No. Okay, good. We're good. Sweet. Alright. And I mean, I just want to really make this porous for concrete. That's all we're gonna do, just to bring out a good texture in it for a normal map with a normal map. So we're just gonna get a stencil working here, and I'm just gonna look through them, see what's gonna kind of get me close. These are just the stencils that come with it. Actually, screw it. Let me show you guys how to make your own stencil here. So we're just gonna take this guy. This is the concrete that we're gonna be working with. So actually, no, it wasn't. Let's get a different one in here. Let's see, where is this? That's the one I'm gonna want. Stone. Great. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Just real quick, I'm gonna black and white. Throw that on there, and then we're gonna come in here again. It's gonna change with. We're gonna mess around with the levels on it, and so here we can really kind of play with the contrast. I think something like this should do us okay. Maybe bump it up a little bit in that direction. Perfect. Alright, so we got that. And yeah, this is gonna be totally destructive, and that's fine. Alright, I'm gonna go File, Cancel. File, Save As. These are gonna be a PNG. And we're gonna go right into my Mudbox stencils. And I'm just gonna say, stone. Or, let's see, concrete. I know it's plaster, but screw it, let's call it concrete. Save. Boom, saved. And now, I've already got my stencils, excuse me, I got my stencils linked up to that folder, so it should populate. Oh, maybe I have to manually populate. So I just go boom, add stencil. And basically you just choose the directory that you want to store your stencils in, just like I've got here. And there it is. Let's open it up. There's my stencil. Look at that. And look, just looks just like all these other ones too. So must be doing something right. And we'll hold S, right mouse, scale that down a little bit. And I'm gonna use that view cube and just get right level with the model. And then I'm just gonna paint. I'm just gonna, and here I'm actually gonna make a sculpt layer for this too. So got that. Go to sculpt tab, new layer. I'm gonna call this the concrete layer, because I'm gonna do the same kind of the same process for the stone as well and whatnot. So you see, I can just paint and it kind of goes on there. It's a little too intense. We're gonna have to fix that up. So, erase this. What if I smoothed it? Maybe turn that stencil off. That's too much. Alright, get out of here. I don't know why my headset's acting up. I'm not touching it, but... And I'm chugging a little bit here, because I got so much stuff going on with the video capture. Normally I can run all this stuff on its own just fine, but once I throw in the video capture, it's kind of hit or miss. So, let's take that strength. Let's turn you down. Turn that stencil back on. Sculpt. Still pretty crazy. Let's turn that. Oh, it's because the strength went back up again. Let's mirror it. And so we can mirror this thing along the whole. We can get perfect symmetry going with this. So I only have to do the one side at a time. So we'll mirror the local X, and it's gonna do everything over here. See, you can see that you get the little dot. I got mine over here, but you got another dot right there on the other side, so you can tell it's gonna mirror over. Pretty cool stuff. And it's just gonna be, I'm just gonna go right over that stencil. Just a big broad strokes over it, just to build that up. Oh, did I lock it? I must have done something wrong. No. Okay, I was trying to use my pen, be fancy. I think I'm just gonna go back to the mouse. Oh. Don't die on me now. Let me close this. Let me close up Photoshop here real quick. No. Yes. Yes. Alright. And I guess I frickin' locked the model. I don't know how I did that. Oh, here we go. Let me see, how does that look? Not what I was kind of going for. Looks better up here. Down here it's looking kind of weird. Let's just make the stencil like huge compared to this. Just do some stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think that did anything for me. I don't think that did me any favors. Scale it down. Scale down. Move you over into position. Oh, it's because I'm using the erase tool. That's probably why. Alrighty. Let's keep working. definitely not looking like, I don't know, I got it working good up here, but I just gotta mess around with the size a little bit. And yeah, I mean, this is the joy of it. I mean, you just gotta kind of mess around with it a little bit and see what happens, you know? But I think with this, I'm gonna have to erase the majority of this and kind of redo a bunch of it. Should like edit some of the stuff down into a time lapse, so you guys don't have to watch these videos forever. And videos won't be an hour long. I don't know, let's mess with around with it and see how it works out for us. I really just, I mean, the whole point of this, I just want to get some pores working in it. To just give it a texture with the normal map, and then to blend in with the regular color map texture, so. And I'm just going to bounce around, use some other areas of this stencil to just get different angles, different pores. Now it's coming around pretty decent right now. I think once we get it blended with our color channel, our texture, it'll be looking pretty. It'll it'll be looking better too. So. Alright, very good. I hope yours are looking better than mine. But let's just kind of try it on for size here. See how it looks. So select that baby. File, save scene. And we'll call this our just our facade skull. And I'll do my export selection. I'll do facade high poly FBX. Alright, good. Now I'm going to export this guy. Export selection. Facade. Low poly. FBX. And let's save this off. Save scene as. Texture. 10. Boom. Alright, and now we're going to jump over into XNormal and see how that normal map turns out. And I believe XNormal is pretty much the only normal map making, program that the industry uses. I mean, at a professional level anyway. There's always 101 ways to do everything in 3D. Uh, I know Photoshop even has like a type of normal generator that you can use, but I mean nothing works as good, as clean as XNormal, and as easy either. So I would really just stick with this. But yeah, we'll take that high poly FBX in there. Clear from our old mesh. Low poly. Boom. Baking options. Just make sure they're all good. We're gonna rename that, and I'm gonna call that our facade normal. We're rocking with our 2K square, and I'm gonna generate it. Excuse you. Let me just, alright here, and then we can call that facade normal. Save. Alright. That's better. Alright, so don't do what I did. Just hit that. And I'll pause the video so you don't have to wait on my render. Alright, so my render finished out, so let's just take a look at kind of what we're dealing with here. We can see that the overall texture we wanted is coming through. Obviously, we got these hot spots going on right here, and that was just basically from the way the model was acting up when we were in Mudbox. So we'll take this into Photoshop and clean it up here actually in just a second. So close this out, and let's go find that normal map right there. Let's open up Photoshop. Alrighty, good. I'll unlock it. Boom. Duplicate it. Hide that so we have our original to work off of. But yeah, I'm not really interested in all this. This really isn't going to be useful for us. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to make a new layer. And I'm just going to paint over it. I'm just going to match the color and paint over it, because that's all it is, color information. I will keep kind of like the bevel that we got going on here, but I'll hit Alt while I've got my paintbrush selected. Hit Alt and sample that color right there. And I'm on a new layer, so it's non-destructive. I'll just come in and just paint right over it. Just fill that square in. Both of them. too, I think. Yeah, I don't know what the heck. We'll just give it a good right through there. Don't need all that drama. Even up here as well. Just clean up those edges so we don't have this harsh. Because that'll look really funky when we actually take it in. Take that away. I want a very nice, easy transitions between everything. And this, get that out of my way. Let's clean this up. Yeah, hold on. Very good. And one more. Alright, cool. Let's take it in. Let's see how it looks. So, go file, save as. Source images. I'll turn that into a PNG. Facade. Normal, and we'll just say revised. And waiting on save. Good. And we'll jump back into here. Or bump mapping channel. Grab that file. And I really don't want to see much. I do want to notice just a little bit. You know, and it's kind of like the wall too. So we got that working. Let me see, what are we gonna do about this? Let's move on to our specular channel, shall we? So if we go file, open, let's grab our original Photoshop file. Alright. So great, I got everything. Now I'm gonna take all of this color channel stuff, put it into a group. We're gonna name it texture. And now I'm gonna duplicate it, Control J, and I'm gonna call this specular. Take that off. Take that off too. Leave that on. Alright, so specular channel is like your reflectivity, and it's information that tells the computer basically how much light is going to reflect off an object. And that's gonna, and it uses a simple black and white scale, and it's a 0 to 255, 256 channels. 0 being the absolute darkest, 255 being the absolute brightest, and then all that information we work with in between is what's going to give us your different gradients of light. So with this whole channel selected, I'm just going to go on my adjustments. I like to turn it black and white first, so we just get a nice, and we'll like mess with it a little bit. Just try and kind of level it out. I just like to play with everything. Yeah, I want the, kind of bump that out. Yeah. Really want to like start to get the contrast pop in here. And then when we bring it into our levels, that's when we'll really, and I want the red spots on the brick to be kind of like our darker spots. So boom, we got that. And we're gonna go to our levels and just play around a little bit until we get a nice mix that we're happy with. I mean, it is stone, so I mean, we don't want it like too out there, you know? We want to give it the right amount. And like, I'll mask this off actually. I want to mask. I don't want this being touched. I want to focus more down here. So for black and white levels. Hold on. Probably shouldn't have done that. Whoops. Let's just mask this out. And you can see right here, for example, this is working 0 to 255. That's our 256 values for the black and white. And I'm liking this. Yeah, I think this will do us just fine. Let me just tweak with it a little bit. And let me fix this. Actually, yeah. Let's come back in here. Let's take them. Let's darken this up too. Let's take that mask off. Pretty much. Cool, so it's basically a good black and white. And file, save as, and cancel. And file save, just save the Photoshop file. Save as, source images, and it'll be our sod spec. And that's gonna be as PNG. And the scroll will just do everything as a PNG. Alright, cool. Only 40 minutes in. And put that on. And let me see here. Yeah, I want my diffuse channel. So file. Spec. And you're not going to see a change in here, but you will when we send this into Unreal. So actually it does take a couple seconds for the our engine to pop up. I'm going to get the engine ready and then we'll export this out and we'll see how it looks. Alright, so we're back in Unreal. We got the project loaded up. And oh, where did our wall go? Oh, it's probably because I didn't save it last time we were in here. But that's alright. Let me just, so just to pick up from last time, I'm going to drag that in there, and again, scale it up by a factor of 100. 100, 100. And, looks like everything's on there. Let's go to that material, double click it, bring up. Yeah, it looks, we got our normal map feeding in there for that. We've got our color map working there too. I'm gonna keep that right there. And hit play. Boom, there it is. So yeah, it looks pretty decent. Hit escape, get out of there. So yeah, let's run back into let's close Photoshop out real quick. Yes. Yes. Let's jump back into Maya real quick. Expand that up. And I think we can take the whole thing. We're just gonna click drag, select the whole thing. File, export selection. And we're just gonna name this garage hole. And then we could export out the individual pieces as well if we want to for our kit bash. But right now I think we'll just stick with that. And go into our project folder, our scenes, garage hole. Oops, drag that up out of the way, and we'll just take that and drag it in. And then just make sure all this is good. Yep, import all. And we'll just wait on it. And I'm going to pause the video again just so you guys don't have to wait on my wait times. Alright, so everything's imported. Let's go back. So we got our mesh here. Click and drag that in there. Scale it up by a factor of 100. Boom, check it out. Look at that. It looks a lot different once you actually get it into the engine, so. I just want to make sure everything's, and everything should just, you know, just work, really. Let's open this up. Yeah, we got our normal coming in, so yeah, everything just works, and it's, I really love Unreal for that. So let's play it. And so yeah, that normal map isn't coming out too harsh, like back in Maya. And it's just giving us the right amount of texture, I feel. Anyway, oh! So we are going to have to edit the collisions a little bit because it just made a big box around the thing. Basically, we can't walk inside. And we can actually do that real quick here. So I'm going to actually click that FBX, open this up. Oh, let's get focused on it. And we're going to go to our collision. And you can see that I just built this box around it automatically. Now I should be able to remove collision. And then, whoa, okay, hold on. And we should be able to mesh, oops, collision, and let's try that. So hopefully, I'm just hoping it's gonna make a mesh, I mean a collision, just on the mesh itself, just on the meshes and not like so we can actually walk in here. Well, let's just see. Let's see what happens. Okay, a little better. That should work for us. Good. Save that. Go back in here. Let's play. We should be able to actually walk inside now. Yeah. Boom, so here's our garage. Check it out. And it's pretty large, so yeah, in the next video we're gonna add a sub roof, just a ceiling basically, all on there. And play with it a little more, so okay. And I'm actually gonna build this out so the rendering looks better and we can actually get a more accurate look at it. So again, gonna pause the video again and let me build this out and I'll show off the end product here. Alright, so we're back. I've got it I've got all the lighting built and everything going on. So let's just if we walk in this menu, we can actually go to the play as a standalone game. So I'll bring that up for you real quick. And it's going to launch kind of like an EXE, basically, of what we've got going on. So we just give it a second. And here we go. So everything. So here's how everything's looking so far. Those bump maps working. And once we get close, you can kind of breaks up a little bit, but we're just kind of glancing at it, looking at it from a distance. It looks pretty believable. And I mean, there's things we gotta fix. Like this isn't gonna. We need a little transition piece here. We're gonna need something for this. It's not gonna be a perfect scene like that. So, there's definitely some more love and tender care to be had here. These walls, we're gonna need to do a little work with them because obviously we got this seam work going on, but otherwise they're looking pretty good. We can add like a little trim piece right over those seams, I'm thinking, and that's what all it's gonna take. But you can see those normal maps are working on here on this wood. It really brings it out, I think. Really makes it look good. We can put a spec map on it too. I'm kind of bringing that down. We are gonna need a spec map. I mean, I think it's working pretty good here. I'm kind of getting the effects that I was going for. If you get real in there, we can get those difference in highlights. Might be able to notice it. And we can walk around here. I mean, I'm loving it so far. That's gonna need to be fixed. This is looking pretty decent. But yeah, we gotta throw a spec map on that thing too. I can't see the roof. I mean, I wonder if I can get up on one of these boxes. Oh, they don't make them jump high enough to get up on one of these boxes here. That's kind of unfortunate. But that roof is looking pretty decent too. So, I think we got it. We got a good base. We got a good base to start with, and I'm gonna be excited to start populating this garage with some stuff. Some workbenches and tools and whatnot. So, it's coming along. Thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, we're gonna keep pressing on in next videos, and we're gonna get this thing polished. It's gonna be looking great. So, but there you go. I mean, it's a quick start anyway, and we've got something pretty decent we can walk around it and test with right now. So, hit the tilde key on your keyboard. That's that little squiggly next to the 1 on your keyboard. That's the only way you're gonna be able to get out of this. If you hit your tilde key, you can't hit escape to get out of here. So, right above your tab key, right next to your 1 key, it's a little squiggle key, top left, right below your escape key. Hit that. You'll bring your mouse cursor up. Get out of there. So, again, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, look forward to keep having you guys in my future videos, and we'll rock this thing all the way to completion. So, yeah, love, as one of my best friends always says, love, peace, chicken grease. Tune in next time, guys. Thank you so much.